Hello everybody, I hope that you're well. My name is Christianne and welcome to my channel Backpacking Bananas. I'm currently backpacking up the east coast of Australia and I've just arrived on a Greyhound bus in the little town of Mission Beach. I had no idea like how I was going to get to my hostel. I'm staying in Jackaroo Treehouse and I was just looking at the map just like casually on the way here in the Greyhound bus. And I was like, oh no, like where I'm staying is nowhere near where the Greyhound bus station is. And I thought, oh, I hope there's going to be a taxi at this time. I hope there's going to be like things around because there was hardly any service. Anyway, panic over because as soon as I got off the bus, there was a guy holding up a little sign saying Jackaroo Treehouse transfer. And I was like, oh, well, that's very convenient because I didn't book that whatsoever. And I don't think he even knows how many people are going to come off the bus going to Jackaroo Treehouse. He just kind of comes to make the stop anyway. So happy days, I'm very happy. And he told me I've got 20 minutes to go to Woolworths, which is right by the bus stop, because if I'm going to a hostel that's a little bit out the way, I don't know how I'm gonna get dinner tonight. So I'm just gonna go to the Woolies here, grab myself something to eat tonight. I might get a little ready meal because I'm a lazy cook, especially in hostels, and you just don't know like how good the hostel kitchen's gonna be. So easiest thing to do is just get a ready meal you can stick in the microwave. Okay, we don't have a whole lot of options today. We've got a spag bowl there, which might be quite nice, so I would want some cheese with that. Fettuccine carbonara. We've got, pesto chicken with penne, pasta and green vegetables. That sounds very healthy. Am I in a healthy mood? No, I'm never in a healthy mood. Spaghetti bolognese it is. It's also just dawned on me that I'm probably going to need dinner for tomorrow night as well, since I'm here for 2 nights. And just to save myself coming back here, I might as well just get dinner for that right now. Now, I don't want to get something that needs refrigerating because what happens if there's no fridge space? That seems to be a consistent thing that happens in hostels in Australia. So I want to get a ready meal, which I can be super lazy with, which I also don't have to refrigerate. And I have a favourite one in the Australian supermarkets. The brand is called Cocoa Earth and they do a delicious butter chicken. I don't know if I've mentioned this in any of the vlogs yet, but let me have a look for it. This one, Cocoa Earth butter chicken, highly recommend. It's just so freaking easy. It takes 90 seconds and it tastes pretty good and you don't need to refrigerate it. I'm a happy backpacker with that. And just to complete this little Woolies part of the vlog, I'm going to share with you my favourite chocolate here in Australia. It is probably the most expensive one you'll find, but it is the best. It is Whittaker's. They do a bunch of different flavours. My favourite is the blondie and also the creamy milk. It is $7 for a bar, but it is a big fat chunky bar, and I kid you not, it is the best tasting chocolate that you're probably going to find in Australia and New Zealand. The stuff is actually made in New Zealand. That's where I discovered it. Delicious. And something else that I also really like on the sweetie row, wait for it. Oh, they're still on offer. Yes, Berry Bliss. Half price Berry Bliss. We're gonna get 2 packets of Berry Bliss for $2. Oh, they are absolutely orgasmic. Just try it. Just try it if you're here. I promise you won't regret it. Okay, we're all good. I also picked up some pink gin and soda cans, just in case I fancy a bevy tonight. If you're wondering about breakfast, that's also covered. I've got bananas and apples in my bag. And for lunch tomorrow, well, I'll just have that out. I'll go to a cafe or something. I don't know, I'll figure it out. But anyway, back at the bus stop, and I'll get my transfer to my hostel.
I realised I've actually been incredibly unlucky here. Normally there would be at least a few people on the Greyhound bus heading up to Jackaroo Treehouse, but as my bus was filled with people on a group tour all staying in an alternate accommodation, I was the only one heading to Jackaroo, which meant that I had no one to share the cost of the transfer with, and therefore this taxi journey from the Greyhound bus station to my hostel cost me 30 Aussie dollars. Today I am booked in to go skydiving. Mission Beach has a bunch of popular adventure activities, but this is arguably the most popular, and Mission Beach is arguably the most iconic skydive that you can do in Australia, because as you are diving you are looking over both gorgeous dense rainforest and the Great Barrier Reef, landing on the outstandingly beautiful Mission Beach itself. It costs 359 Aussie dollars to do a tandem skydive here, not including any photos or videos that you may want to add on.
Good morning. I mean, it's not looking promising that the skydive is going to go ahead. I'm supposed to be being picked up at 8:30. It's currently 7:30. It's pouring down with rain. I mean, we'll keep our fingers crossed, but I'm not holding out hope. It is about an hour later. Still haven't got picked up. Still haven't heard anything. The weather's not looking promising. Just raining on and off. But the good news is that they have a very nice little cafe here in the hostel. So I've just got myself a nice caramel latte, obviously. It's also a licensed bar, so it's no BYO, but you can buy all the alcohol and drinks that you could possibly want here. They're pretty self-sufficient here, which is good because we are kind of in the middle of nowhere. So since we're not doing our skydive right now, I feel like it's a good time to show you around the hostel that I'm staying in and a little bit about it.
So here is the cafe where I just got that iced caramel latte. They call this Jack's Jungle Bar and Cafe, and they actually have a great coffee menu. They serve food and bevies here too, in case you did indeed forget to go to Woolworths. The kitchen is absolutely spotless. Immaculate. And can you see there's even fridge space? I wasn't surprised to see it this way though, considering I basically got told off about keeping the kitchen clean before I even set foot in it. It was an aggressive check-in technique, but I guess it works. My room looks like this. I'm staying in a 6-bed dorm and it costs 34 Aussie dollars per night to stay here, which is my cheapest accommodation on the whole East Coast. But the rooms are also the most basic. Obviously no curtains, but also no personal lights, shelves or plug sockets. There are just 2 outlets for the whole room that is close to the door. And for the bathrooms, it's a shed situation, which I like, but in order to get to them, you have to walk outside down the stairs. So when I needed the loo in the middle of the night and it was raining, yeah, that wasn't ideal. The main common area is this covered outdoor space, which is really nice and really social. It's easy to meet people here. And there are a few more plug sockets here, so everyone charges their things. And just in case you were thinking about digital nomading here, I'd think again, because the Wi-Fi speeds made me cry a little when I needed to upload some things. They do have a pool here in the most gorgeous rainforest setting, and they have lots of hangout and sitting areas in the beautiful garden as well, which I'm sure is even more glorious when it's not chucking it down. And a special thank you to Welcome to Travel for booking this hostel for me. I would not have known about it otherwise, and this is definitely the most trendy place for backpackers to stay in Mission Beach. I will link down below all of the amazing discounts you can get using my codes on some of their brand new tours. Do check them out if you're planning your own trip to Australia.
Oh my god, guys, so this is very unexpected. It's 10:30, so 2 hours after the initial pickup time, and a guy just came by and was like, skydivers today? It's still pouring with rain. And I was like, oh, me? Well, if we're going, I'm down. And he said there's like just this huge cloud, obviously, which is why it's raining, but he said it's moving, and after the cloud it's all blue skies, so it's looking kind of promising for the afternoon. I feel like I've already gotten over in my head like not going, and so this just feels like all of a sudden. This is what I'm wearing today. Just like some sports shorts, a big t-shirt, some trainers because we don't want those to fall off, and then I'm just going to bring, I guess, my phone. I'm going to pay for the camera package because if I remember correctly, if you go skydiving, they never ever let you bring your own camera. Not that I would really want to take responsibility for my own camera anyway, so I'm going to pay for the camera video package. Oh, I can't believe it's going to happen. Well, fingers crossed. It might do. It might happen. I really didn't think this was going to happen today. Anyway, let's go skydiving. This is the Skydive Australia office. We're now on hold. We don't know if we're diving or not. That is skydiving, not scuba diving. Hello, I'm staying in Jackaroo Treehouse, and I was wondering if I could book myself onto a transfer for tomorrow. My bus is at 11:45 a.m, so I was wondering if I could get the pickup from the hostel at 11 a.m.
Can you test them or not?
No, the one you have to go with.
Good job. Are you sure this is a no tapping rule? I really don't like it.
Oh, see?
Oh.
Well, that's one way of doing it.
Damn it! We just watched a safety video, very exciting. Now I'm taking off my bigger hoops. Don't want them flying around. I'm probably going to leave the smaller ones in because they're pretty secure in there. How exciting. Like, hearing more information and watching the safety video just makes my heart go like this. For reference, this is not going to be my first skydive. I've done one before, but it was 10 years ago in New Zealand, so it was a really, really long time ago. I'm very excited to go again. I remember loving it last time. I wasn't scared really at all. Like, it's like an adrenaline rush, but like not like you know, something that just terrifies you to no end. I think that's partly because like you've got someone with you who is the one going over the edge. So like I find this like 10 times less scary than a bungee jump. I'm gonna put like my valuables and my phone and everything, because you take nothing with you, just in the lockers that they've got here. I have paid an extra $180 for like the video and photo package, so that he, like when I say he, I'm assuming it's a man, but that's very sexist of me. The person who is gonna be my skydiver attached to me, he's gonna take all of the photos and videos and just be responsible for that, which is actually quite nice for me as a videographer, not having to worry about that.
Hello, Christy. Welcome to Mission Beach.
Thank you so much.
All the way from England.
So far.
What are you doing here today wearing this fancy harness?
Today we are going skydiving. We are heading up in the plane to 15,000 feet, and I'm going to be heading with Sino behind me. We're going to be falling out of that plane, free falling for however long it is, and then we're going to pull the parachute, hopefully, if it works, and then we are going to be floating on to the beautiful Mission Beach.
Nice, nice. Well, you sound excited.
I am very excited.
And you're a repeat offender. You've done this before in New Zealand, right?
I have done it before, 10 years ago.
Well,
This is round 2.
We're going for another skydive. You ready for this?
I'm so ready.
Any messages for anyone?
Hi, everyone.
Nice. All right, well, let's go skydiving. Have fun.
Let's go.
Hey, give us a big thumbs up to the camera. Nice one. Woo! You did it. Jump number 2. All right, here we are.
Beautiful Mission Beach. Can we do lots of like flippity doodles?
Yeah, well I've got someone right there, so if I spiral,
yeah,
I'll cause the traffic.
Traffic jam.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey Christy, how was it?
That was amazing.
You enjoyed it?
I almost lost my goggles.
No, you didn't lose them, but
I was trying to adjust them mid-flight. But
good on you, mate. So
yeah,
you enjoyed
that
it?
was great. So much fun. So I've got my camera back now, my own one. That was amazing. I feel like I want to make this a bit of a tradition that I do every 10 years, just skydive from a different place in the world. It truly is, like, it's just so exhilarating. And like the feeling before is amazing, whilst you're doing it is amazing, afterwards is amazing. And now we're waiting for the next lot of people to come down on Mission Beach. One of the girls who's in the next load is in our hostel. And Mission Beach is really beautiful, you know. Like, look at that. It reminds me a little bit of like Central America and South America beaches with these overhanging palms over the beach. You wouldn't want to go swimming in the sea here though because of the stingers, unless you had a stinger suit, but because it's been really windy recently, there's just like a lot of murkiness in the water, so that's probably another reason why you wouldn't want to go swimming here. I feel like we're just constantly looking up now for the next group, waiting for them to come. I'm in a great mood though. I had a pie to celebrate. I wanted a wine, but the bar was closed. But I'll have a wine when I get back to the hostel. I feel like we deserve it. We've come to a local pub, Mission Beach Tavern, I think it's called. I had to get a glass of rosé after that. I'm gonna pay a game of pool. Okay, we can get back on the bus now. We had to just like wait an hour or so for like the next load of people to skydive and for them to take people home, which is obviously why we went to go get a drink and stuff. And now we can get taken back to our hostel for free.
I don't know about you, but I just feel like I'm just out of a plane.
Oh!
I feel the exact same.
It's kind of weird.
Like
What the? It's just like a weird sensation.
I've never felt something like this.
I didn't think that we would be coming into the pool on this trip because of the weather, but it's quite glorious actually. I'm out here this morning with Megan and we've got up early because we're both checking out today, but there is this supposed quite nice hike to do around the Bingil Bay area, which is closer to where our hostel is than Mission Beach itself. It's the Bicton Hill hike and we've just walked down to the road, which has taken 30 minutes from the hostel, and it's going to be hopefully an hour and 15 minutes round trip from the coast. And it's just supposed to be the best hike in the area, so we thought we'll get up early, make the most of the morning, even though it wasn't raining when we left and now it's absolutely pouring it down, but we're hoping that it's not going to last too long, but just making the most of the time in Mission Beach before we leave. Woohoo! Yay! We made it to the lookout. A bit sweaty and a little bit wet and a few spider webs in our path, but we made it. Beautiful. Well, that was a beautiful little lookout. Only took us 1 hour from the hostel, like all the way from the hostel to get to the top of the Bicton Hill lookout, which is not too bad. And now we're just heading back down. I am following this on all trails, even though it is like a pretty well marked trail, but you just never know, you know? You don't want to go in the wrong direction, especially when you've got buses to catch and skydives to do, jumping out of planes and whatnot. So we're heading back down now, and then yeah, we'll hopefully be back at the hostel within like 2.25 hours. It really looks like Queensland. Koala Christie reporting from the midst of the Bicton Hills in the, what was it, the Clump? The Clump National Park, which sounds so graceful. We haven't seen any koalas yet. Not that we're expecting to, but we're probably going to come away with a couple of leeches attached to our legs, if we're lucky. Stopping in Bingil Bay Cafe because we feel like we deserve a little treat after that. I'm having to use my foldable backpack now as just like an extra luggage because, as always in Australia, I have bought too many clothes to fit into my luggage. Why is this a problem that I always have? I never learn, and you'll watch my packing videos and I'm like, I should leave space in my backpack because I'm going to Australia. No, I never do. I never learn my lesson, and then I always come home with more luggage, but luckily I do have the foldable backpack, so I'm going to use it. I've just got like 10 minutes to pack up my stuff before checkout. I'm really glad that we went on that hike actually. It was so nice that Megan came along as well, because I just said, do you know what, like I'm going to get up early and do it no matter what. But it's always nice when people want to join you on these things. Oh wow, my hair looks nice. So that little hike that we did, it was from the hostel down to the Bicton Hill hike, the whole loop hike, and then back to the hostel again. It took 2 hours and 5 minutes. The total distance was 9.49 kilometers with an elevation gain of 241 meters, which is not bad for a morning hike. Wednesday morning, all before checkout. Yeah, packing up my bags, checking out in 10 minutes, and then I've just got like an hour before I have a transfer back down to the Greyhound bus stop for my bus to Kent. Okay, I am now at the Greyhound bus stop. That cost $6 per person who got in that taxi, which is a lot cheaper than the $30 I paid to get out there because I was the only one. And now I am back at the Greyhound bus terminal where this vlog began. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. My next stop is going to be Cairns, which is the last place on this backpacking trip, but don't worry, it's not going to be the last episode of this series because I'm doing loads in Cairns. I think I'm making 3 episodes of this series just there, which is very exciting. But this is going to be my last Greyhound bus. Please like this video if you did enjoy it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and to keep up with all the adventures that are going to be going on in the future. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.